What?
Aren't you live yet?
I just pushed the button.
Okay, that's fine. Never mind. Got it. Sorry.
You can text me?
Huh?
You can text me?
No, I figured it out.
Okay. Okay, cool. Excellent. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another stream. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to those who celebrate. Happy day 2 of Silksong release. I still haven't been able to physically buy the game, but honestly I haven't tried since yesterday. I'll get it eventually. Today we're going to be playing some Final Fantasy XIV online. I'm kind of excited to instate this as our new, like, thing to do on Friday. I'm going to try to run it pretty loosey-goosey on, like, what we're going to cover, what we're going to do. There's going to be main story quests, there's going to be side quests, there's going to be class job quests, there's going to be gathering and mining, and there's so much nonsense that you can do in Final Fantasy XIV. We could spend a whole day gambling. There's gambling in Final Fantasy XIV. And I just unlocked it actually today. We just unlocked the gold saucer. But no, I think today is probably going to be like main story quests and side quests. I've gotten a little burnt out on grinding other classes. So we're gonna run my main today, and he's primarily an archer, because I'm a whore for well, I was gonna say melee DPS, but archer isn't by definition melee DPS, it's ranged DPS. I'm a whore for non-magic users. Non-magical classes in this game, of which there are many. But archer's definitely up there. It's pretty easy to use. So we're gonna be running that today. We're gonna be doing a little Final Fantasy XIV. And if you saw the last stream, no you didn't. But also it's a different character than from the last stream that I did on Final Fantasy XIV. So don't freak out. Don't freak out. It'll be okay. Let me load this up. Make sure we load proper. Oh, that's right. Gotta make sure we get that 2-factor authentication. Hold, please. Gosh. I was just playing some Overwatch 2 with Ace, and they were talking about driving separately to dinner tonight because they wanted to get ice cream afterwards, and man, would I love some fucking ice cream. I've been really craving Cold Stone recently, but we don't have Cold Stone around where I'm at right now, and it makes me sad. Good God, don't go dropping frames on me. Did that literally pause the music in the stream? Loading up this game literally stopped my Spotify. That was kind of crazy. Alright. We should be audible. I haven't adjusted the audio in this game, have I? No. That's fine. Alright. Let's see if it wants to show up. I could show you my lad. My hot boy. There he is. There's the hot boy. And the name is very French, but so don't worry about pronouncing it. I believe it's Gauvin Jondot. Big himbo energy with this boy, which I'm excited about because it isn't going to excuse me being bad at the game, but I can at least headcanon that's why he's bad at the game. You know what I mean? Server congested. Bummer. No dropped frames though, so Even though that was taxing on my computer, booting this game up, it doesn't seem to have, like, fucked up the stream too much. Here we go, though. Here's the big internet pull. Just watching all the stats on my OBS go freaking haywire. So, oh, that's right. I did the seasonal thing last time as well. There's a seasonal event going on right now till the 11th called The Rising. And it's not a super interesting seasonal event. I'm sure it was more interesting for people who have like played this game a lot. But here he is. There's the lad. Damn. Honestly, I've got the settings turned down a little bit and he still looks pretty good. I tried to turn the settings down for stream because otherwise it'll absolutely murder my computer. Where are we? We're going to the Hall of the Novice. So what's happening in main story right now? There's like a disturbance in Limsa that they want us to check out, which is really just going to be our introduction to how like dungeons work in the game. But it's gonna be fine because I can queue with AI up until like a certain point, which will make it easier on stream because I'll be less yelled at probably. Oh, and there's a bunch of side quests we can do here. Let's see. Hello. On a wing and a prayer, the first stars flash their pale bellies in the depths of the sky. An owled foot. The sailor is in a mood to yarn. I can read. Ahoy, adventurer! My tub sails soon, and I have to have me a little something for the journey. Dusk bats are flying. Think yourself lightsome enough to bring me 5 wings. 4 won't do, and 6 is no good, mind ya. Welcome you are to keep any surfeits, so long as you know. Slong? As long as you know what to do with them? Sure, I'll bring you the wings. Don't talk about slong in front of me though. Not on stream. Oh, we've got levy quests that we can do. Let's see. The levies of Aleport. You need work, lad. The name's Orwin, and I'm a representative of the Adventurers Guild. Notice the hat. Does the hat make you a representative of the Adventurers Guild? I guess it might. I'll be honest, I have not noticed other levy. I don't even know how to pronounce that. My brain always pronounces it Levi Meti because it wants to sound all of it out. But I don't know if that's correct. Keep a record of tasks locals need doing and then dole them out to adventurers what look capable. Now you look capable, but the last sod I reckoned with was tough enough. Got his face bit off by a bleeding wharf rat. You need to prove to me that you can handle me jobs. This is also not the place to be like reading all of the dialogue because we're in Limsa right now and it's like full of pirates. So they all talk like this. Take a look at this here task. Does it seem like somewhat you could do? Sure, probably. Oh yes. Memaroon like sparkly shinies. We have to escort Memaroon and protect them. I remember this one. You need to beckon your client, Memaroon, to help lead him to his destination. Yes. I have done that one before, so we can do it again. Those kind of levies aren't too bad. Yes, Chocobo Porter, thank you. I want a Chocobo so bad. Look at this big bird. Look at this big, beautiful bird. I love them. You will be mine. Oh, we gotta go lick this crystal. Hold on. very important. You must lick the crystal. Beautiful. And you've got some quests that can get me some little guys. Maybe. Yes. Able-bodied adventurer, huh? You look like an adventurer who gets around. Mayhap you have noticed the curls and jackals at each other's throats of late. I've never seen anything quite like it, and the bloodshed only worsens by the day. If this continues, I dare say one of the groups will wipe out the other before long. Now, it bears mentioning that this species of curl isn't native to Valbrand. By rights, it shouldn't even be here. Nay, I believe they were smuggled. I know of a merchant who may have a hand in these dealings. Her name is Rakontai, and after some probing, I've come to believe that she is somehow involved. I would question her myself, but she is like to flee at the first sight of yellow. That's where you come in. Need you to speak with her to learn all you can. Take a look around. She's bound to be nearby. Yes, she's right over here, actually. Oh, by the way, darling, if you at all listen in on the stream, let me know if the audio is weird. I reset my computer to check to see if my mic was fucky, and then just completely forgot to do a test recording before I started streaming. Yeah? Wonderful. Thank you. What's this? So they sent you to do their dirty work? Well, you'll never take me alive. Never! Ma'am? Ma'am. There's another quest up here. I'm gonna go grab it real quick. And then we'll go save her ass. I've also remembered a lot of like quality of life things about this game in between like last stream and this stream. Because I've been playing it a lot. So, should have a smoother camera experience. And as long as you ignore all of my hotbars down here, it should be mostly fine to look at. Is that private scenario? I don't think it's pronounced like that. Scenario, I think, is more the pronunciation, but my brain flipped it around. To say private scenario. So now you're private scenario. What can I help you with, private scenario? Hark, enemy in the sky. Pull yourself together, private. You've been trained for this, even if the only action you've ever seen has been street fights, tavern brawls, and fisticuffs over who cheated at checkers. First things first, I must ready the cannon. I'll walk myself through the steps. Right. Make certain you are with Sucker, for aiming a cannon is no swift matter. So far, so good. I'll just get Kamel, that girl, always nowhere to be found when she's needed. Fine, Sarge always said to improvise. You over there, adventurer. Limsa Laminsa has need of your service. Slow down the enemy while I arm the cannon. I'll be ready ere the fifth carcass is cold. I promise you. I understand what that meant. I think that's supposed to be like before. But you've sawed off too many letters of that word. Don't worry, I'm an English major. I know exactly how these people are supposed to talk. I understand everything. Alright, let's go save this woman. So we can get our little guys. Okay, so pretty much any quest objective that has this purple nonsense around it means you're going to be fighting someone. Let's see if I can remember how to be an archer. In fact, I can. Hey girl, hey. Please don't hurt me, I didn't do nothing wrong. I smuggled in the curls for breeding like they asked, but that's it. I ain't the one sending the jackals into a frenzy, I swear. The Yellow Jacket sent you? Here, and not no pirates? Why the hell didn't you say so earlier? Why the hell did you run off so quick earlier? Well, you've caught me. I'm behind the curls in Airport. Those good-for-nothing pirates had me breed jackals for them, too. With the right training, they make for nasty watchdogs and the like, but the pirates wanted more, and that's why they asked me for the curls that they did. I smuggled them in, but the pirates took them before I could finish the job. Suppose they didn't want to wait for the breeding, but the buggers let them escape. Now they have jackals on the loose trying to get rid of the curls and clean their mess. That's such a fucked up, like, real world thing that happens sometimes of like, we're gonna bring this creature into this new land. Oh no, it's overrunning the new land. Quick, let's release another creature into the new land. Not only do they not get along, honestly, this is probably the best case scenario. If the jackals get so whipped up in such a frenzy that they just straight up exterminate the curls in this land. But in reality, it would probably be like the jackals have no effect on them and the curls just keep multiplying. That's happened so often. I've read so many stories. Like the rabbits in fucking Australia. The country-long rabbit fence, I think about that fence all the time. I'm a victim as well, you know. They paid good coin for the animals, but now they got folk chasing after me. Wanting to cover their tracks, I'm sure. You hurry and tell those yellow jackets I ain't to blame, you hear? I mean, I do think you are by definition to blame, but you're not the one who has released curls into the wild here, so that'll probably amount for something, right? Right. Alright, sir, I figured it out. Ah, you're back. What can you tell me of Rakanti's dealings? She claims to be a victim as well. Huh. It was her greed that brought the curls to Vilebrand, and she is sorely mistaken to think the Yellow Jackets will turn a blind eye. Mark my words, she will be held accountable. At any rate, we now know why the curls and the jackals are trying to tear each other to shreds. Pirates have been quite careful not to leave any clues, but we've managed to capture Rakanti's assailants. They're being questioned as we speak, and it won't be long before we track down the pirates. Don't worry, friend, the Yellow Jackets will see them brought to justice. In the meantime, there's still the matter of Rakanti and the beast running amok in the fields. I shudder to think what may happen should the jackals and curls continue fighting for much longer. I have a plan, but your assistance is essential to its success. Let me know when you're ready to begin. I'm ready right now. Right at this moment. Look at that. Ooh, we're gonna get a couple of little guys. Rakanti has admitted to breeding jackals for pirates, but I fear she may be concealing more to be smuggled elsewhere. I bid you speak to her once more to prove my suspicions true. If she wishes to play the role of victim, then perhaps this time she will be more forthcoming with information. Tell her that although we cannot grant her impunity, her cooperation will ensure a lighter sentencing. Sure. What about, ooh, another little guy? We need to do something about the curls running wild in Vilebrand. Jackals have greatly reduced their numbers, but the presence of curls will upset the balance of predation in Aleport. Given time, they will establish a breeding population and perhaps even prey upon more than just animals. A large number of merchants, sailors, and travelers pass through Aleport daily, meaning a great many people will be at risk unless we stop the curls here and now. As much as it pains me to say this, it must be done away with. I like this no more than you, but the Yellow Jackets must put the safety of the people above all else. Reports indicate that curls were last sighted somewhere in Skull Valley. When you are ready, pray seek them out and do what needs to be done. Sir, yes sir. I can kill a couple of curls probably. Hey girl, hey, I'm back. Yellow Jackets want to know if I'm hiding more jackals? Fine, I'll come clean if it means preserving me liberty. All the jackals are long gone, but there's a wolf pup I was looking after not too far from here. Jackals are easy to come by in Aleport, but wolves, you can be sure folk will pay good money for him. With the Yellow Jackets breathing down my neck of late, though, I haven't had time to care for him. The poor thing's probably too weak from hunger to move. Oh! I'll tell you where I hid him, but if you want to take him, best move now. But with the curls running wild, killing the pirates and jackals and all, It won't be long before they start snooping around for more animals to train. I have to warn you though, it may be a pup, but he'll likely make a meal of anyone who gets too close to him. Try winning over his stomach with this here succulent bone. If that ain't enough, try rubbing his belly. Oh, rubbing his belly to soothe him. You can bet he'll be following you everywhere. Left the critter in Quarterstone. Hurry before the pirates find him. We shall find him. I will acquire all of the little guys. It is my duty, nay, my purpose, to acquire little guys. Beautiful. Let me know if the game's too loud, by the way. I feel like I generally have my audio balance pretty good nowadays, but if it's too crazy, it can be adjusted. Doesn't Eorzea have a TNR program, a trap neuter release? They should. I always respect your comedic genius. Can you imagine though? That would be kind of crazy to have a TNR program in like a fantasy world. It's the kind of shit that people don't think about when you make like a fantasy world. Cause you know, in terms of like jobs, everyone's gonna have, you're gonna have like a blacksmith and an armorer and you know, bakery or whatever. But where's the veterinarians? Baby Curl. Oh, we gotta save him. Gotta get ready to fight some scurvy dogs. No, sir. Beautiful. Oh, look at this little man. Look at that little man. Oh. Mew mew. Wild magical animal rehabilitators? Hell yeah. That's what I need. Instead of being like a druid or a ranger that's just like esoterically connected with like magic of nature, I want like a veterinarian. If you were to make a class out of them, it would be more like melee combat and grappling specific. And I think that would be fucking amazing. Okay. Well, let's do the levy quest real quick. To do the levy, we've got to click and initiate. Yes, please. That's fine. Where's that? There you are. Come this way, friend. We've got to kind of be on the lookout for enemies, but it's not a huge deal, usually. Especially if you stay on the path. Like that guy might fuck us up a little bit, but they're also kind of not paying attention, so. Unless the enemy gets procced, I don't usually worry about it. Oh, like that guy. With the red name tag down there. We might be able to outrun him, actually. Go, Memoroon, go! Keep moving, Memoroon! 82%, we can do it! Oh, we can't do it. These sorts of quests, you can't let the client get too damaged, but they usually aggro onto me pretty quickly. Alright, thank you, goodbye. Let's go, Memoroon. You did it! Now your sparklies are safe. Yes, I would like to return. Yes, please. Completed the task, have you? Then you need only collect your reward. Bonus has been given. Ooh, and we got some trousers. Delicious. Thank you. Hellport's an important hub for trade of the region. There's no shortage of tasks to be had. Look forward to seeing you make a difference here, adventurer. Thanks. Oh, I gotta go turn in everything else. I'm about to get my next class quest for Archer, but we honestly might not worry about that for a couple of levels. Ahoy there, keep your voice down. It's nobody's business but ours, isn't it? You got what I asked for? I did. Oh, we gotta go get the baby, the doggy. Them's the ones. That's as pretty as a job I've seen. Know your way around a battle, eh? Well, that's just fine, thank you. No, there's the Mikey ball. Mikey ball's in the chat. She got that squeaky ball. She do. Why? We sailors can be a superstitious lot, you know? Some of the crew might look at me odd for carrying bat parts. When the wind's done died and the water casks are dry, it's odd one day, overboard the next. Well, no superstitions about that. The Dusker's been my luck since I was a boy. Survived more than 2 weeks once on 3 bats I caught. Oh, you're gonna eat them? Sir? You're a very large, very handsome fellow. I don't think you would survive on the meat of 5 bat wings for any longer than like 20 minutes. Survived more than 2 weeks on once on 3 bats I caught, trapped at the top of an abandoned watchtower. Even ate a wing off of one before I made up my mind to climb down the wall. This journey will be sailing past the Isles of Umbra, and I can feel the sea honing those reefs. Lights at Ferrocirrus burn dims into the calamity. I've always found it a mite too much like that old watchtower for comfort. That's how you end up with Ebola, truly. Fantasy Ebola. See, now, if Gavon was a fantasy veterinarian, he could advise this man against eating fantasy bats. But alas, he's just a bard. Ain't been that a frightened boy for a long time. Ill-used, starved, and more than half mad, inching down that sandstone wall, and hand holds no bigger than a fingertip. Well, have me 5 bat wings on every journey that's just the same as that boy had. Every bushmeat, yeah. Eyebrow noises. I see those eyebrows in the chat. I'm gonna take the Disciple of War gloves, even though I don't think we need them right now. Nope. What else you got for me, sir? Mummy Dearest, huh? Ahoy, Gavon. It clearly slipped my mind the last time. I've got another thing to ask of ye. My bearings are lively on water, but on land, well, I'm what you lovers call at sea. Got a letter that needs delivering, and you're the man for it. Sure. I went ashore on some rock on the voyage in, and a faded petticoat comes up to me. It says she's got a daughter in Camp Skull Valley. What she hadn't seen in years. Had tears in her eyes. Pretty eyes, too, for a woman past her child in years. Jesus. Okay. She must have been a real beauty in her day. Always had a soft spot for tawny eyes. Maybe because the sea is a green-eyed virago, and the skies her sisters have eyes of blue and red, gray and black. Well, this daughter of hers goes by Lord. Wilt Swiss? Sure. You'll take the letter to her? Of course I will. Gotta go get this dog first. Nope, you're staying right there. We'll get these two here in a second. The dog's over this way. I can't tell if Sprint or Peloton is actually like faster. Peloton has a shorter recast time, a shorter cooldown. So I usually use Peloton, but I shouldn't walk too close to you probably. But I feel like Sprint is usually faster. Peloton is out of my price range? True. Same. Look at this little man. Hello, sir. I've got a bone for you. Yip, yip, yip. Aw. Let me pet the baby. Sniff, sniff. Oh, he's mine now. Dog acquired. Dog acquired. I saw, so when I made this character, he's an Elysian, is the race that he is. They're kind of like Final Fantasy elves, or a variant of Final Fantasy elves. And people on the Reddit were talking about how weird they run, and they do run a little weirdly. But as soon as I saw it, I could only imagine like one of those fucking show ponies that was like taught to gallop a certain way, or that are like bred with like a certain canter to them. I don't know if you've seen that sort of thing before. They look silly every time. And I love it. Heard from Raconte you went looking for the starved pup in Quarterstone. Did you have any luck? I did. I've got a little guy. There he is. So this is the pup Raconte has been hiding. She was here not long ago, as a matter of fact. It seems she's willing to cooperate with the authorities and help set things right. I have the cutscenes on auto-scroll, but I'll try to keep up. That's not all, friend. While you were searching for this pup, a group of pilots related to the investigation were taken into custody. Couldn't have done it without your help. The ringleader is yet to be found, but perhaps now Ailport can enjoy a moment of respite. Bark, bark. All that remains is what to do with the pup. He seems to have taken a liking to you. Perhaps it should be best if you looked after him. I would love to. I would love to. There's simply no room for him at headquarters, and letting him wander about on his own is out of the question. I realize how sudden this is, but please give him a good home. I will. He's gonna be my little man. Yes, complete. Then we can also acquire Kitty Cat. Welcome back, adventurer. How'd you fare against the Curls in Skull Valley? I've got a little guy. I see, so this baby Curl is all that remains. It's truly a shame it came to this. Most of the jackals died fighting against squirrels, but it would seem you slew the pirate's last litter while saving this one. Let us at least take solace in knowing that the bloodshed has ended. Absolutely. There's a bit of good news to be had, however. I received word not long ago that a group of pirates related to our investigation was taken into custody. Yes. These are both kind of the same plot line. I don't know why they give them to you as two different things. To instigate such carnage without scruple, true animals in this case have been placed behind bars. With any luck, their leader and remaining members will be something something. What to do with this baby Curl? He seems fond of you, almost as if you were his father. Aww. He's a baby. The Yellowjackets are not fit to care for a Curl, especially when fully grown, but we cannot simply release him back into the wilds. I suppose there's only one option. He is mine. He is my baby. Friend, I leave this baby Curl in your capable hands. I'm sure you'll do what's best for him. Yes, of course. Put him in my pocket. Hell yeah. So now we can go in. And take both of these guys. And it puts them into a specific inventory. So we can have them with us. So I can just summon little pupper. And now he follow me around. Like a little man. Yippee. And while you're idle, they'll sometimes do things on their own. I think this guy will like roll over. It's very cute. He's so excited. He's so excited to be going on an adventure. Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's go talk to, what's her face up here? Private, scenario or whatever I called her. Yeah, private scenario. How's it going? Ready to fire. I keep my promises, adventure, and you keep your skills well honed, I see. A moment, I just received a dispatch. What, they weren't attacking Airport? Well, that's... What, we're not important enough? They were just babies? Well, you have to be duller than a box of hair to fly ahead of cannon position times being what they are. I suppose all's well that's end what? All's well that ends well, but I must admit I was looking forward to putting my training to real use. Didn't join the maelstrom to break up brawls, you know. And now I shall have to clean the cannon. C'est la vie. Let's go with the Disciple of War eye patch, yeah. Might be better? It's not better. That's fine. Scenario spells Salt, Malt, and Bad Ideas. It appears intent on securing your services again. Sure. Well, I made a right mess of things the other day. Commander Folkbrida? Sweet name. Said she'd dock my pay if I pulled something like that again. At least I didn't get tossed in the brig like Kamel. I've been very cherry since. You can be certain of that. I've little enough coin as is in the pay purse to slake my thirst with. I can read, I promise. This time, there's a real attack on Airport. And off I go to arm the cannon. Save Airport from those bloodbaths on 4 legs, and we'll see what the commander has to say about my pay then. Adventurer for Airport and glory. Slow down the horde. I'm certain to be ready by the time you slaughter 5. Oh, the hedge moles? Brother, the hedge moles ain't doing shit to you. I don't know. Like, as someone who also has an anxiety disorder, I get it, but like, you gotta chill on that cannon fire. On the road again. And that other quest is like way over there. Which would probably be fine to do. Alright, hedge moles. I got you dead to rights. Unfortunately, by the way, with these little guys, that yellow jacket made it seem like they were going to grow up into like a formidable like attack companion, but they are not. Neither of them are. They're simply little guys to accompany you on your journeys, which is plenty enough for me. Goodness. Running around in circles, running around in circles. Alright, scenario, I killed him. You good now? Well slayed, or do I mean slain? I shall need to know these things if I'm to be officer. Got powder and a ball loaded and primed now for the slow match. Hark, a dispatch. Stand down forthwith? Not again. But surely these adamantoises are clear and present. Hedge moles? You're certain? They're not adamantoises. Well, that's like an adamantoise, except weak and not at all dangerous. Why, oh why? Perhaps I've been cursed by some enemy. Not very likely for a mere storm private. Second class or no. Now the commander will dock my pay and leave my whistle dry as dust. Well, my good man, it is called Aildport. I've spent a deal of time admiring the undersides of many a tavern table, I can tell you that. What? It could be that my humors are out of balance from a surfeit of ale, and thus I see it now. There's excess blood, which has overfed my martial zeal. Gavan, your learned ways have shown me the light. Much thanks. I go now to receive a leeching. My friend, I don't think you need a leeching. I think you need to stop drinking so much. Level 30 though. Also, achievement unlocked, just talking about Shafts 3. You know I'm talking about Shafts. Alright, scenario. What do you want? Greetings, Gavan. Will you deliver this in my stead to Camp Skull Valley? It's my report to Commander Falkbride. I was as plain spoken as it could be, and I was going to report in person, but for some reason I barely had the strength to visit the barber for leechings, let alone make the trip to Skull Valley. I don't suppose I'd be spared to dock and pay. You don't think they'll clap me in the brig, do you? Probably not. I don't think you've wasted any resources necessarily with this nonsense. Except and unless the money that you paid me was like from the God, what is the group that's here called? Maelstrom? The Maelstrom coffers? I honestly super don't remember. And I don't have access to that yet. Actions and traits, currency. Nah, it doesn't matter. I think it's Maelstrom. I'm gonna risk walking over here, knowing that they're gonna give me more side quests. Also, don't worry about that. They'll see me. It's not a problem. Hello, I have a letter for you. Greetings, adventurer. They said you were looking for me? Yeah. A letter from Mama. I haven't heard from her in so long. She never answered my letters. No, stay, or I'll have a reply to send. Oh, the stone-hearted grasping hag. Wouldn't let me take so much as a hunk of dried fish when I left the island, and now she wants Gil? That's succubus, damn. You think me cold? Well, fie on what you think. I wanted something better than tilling salty fields and spilling small fry out of nets, and occasionally taking a passing sailor into my bed for more of the same. Damn, girl. She'll receive no reply from me. Thank you for your service and good day to you. So fair, honestly. Thank you. O is correct. Weapons and armor in order. Saltpeter in order. Basic provisions all in order. Poisons? Oh, this file's near gone. Adventurer. Gavan, was it? Mayhap we can let bygones be bygones. You are skilled at wrangling beasts, I hear, and I have need of pelican poison. I always knew those pelicans were up to something. Poison can be readily gathered from pelicans in the area, but I must continue my duties here. Are you so minded to undertake the task? Oh, he's skilled at wrangling beasts, alright. Helmina. Alright, Falkbride. Not you. Falkbride. How's it going? An adventurer, and one whose name rings a bell. You've been in service to the Maelstrom! I was right. I hear. What brings you to Skull Valley? I've got a thing for you. A report from Private Scenario. It does her little credit that she did not make the trip herself. Stay while I peruse this. She does not prevaricate, at least? What the fuck? What the fuck does that mean? Prevaricate? Unfortunate how she has gone to rack and ruin since she was posted at Airport. She was among the first in her shoal to be promoted to second class, yet now... You know what a soldier's greatest enemy is, Gavan? Boredom. I suspect Scenario has played the craven in fighting this foe. I shall order the paymaster to dock her pay, but I'll not sign a censure. If she can stay out of taverns and learn to keep herself busy, she may yet earn her salt. Oh, well, good for her. What else you got for me, Falkbrigham? As a task for you, it seems it is gratifying to know that at least one person in the encampment welcomes your presence. Fair. Tarry a while, Gavan. 'Twill not be said that an adventurer came to camp at Skull Valley and left without an honest pay for honest work. We have a problem that other encampments may well find enviable. The dodos are so plentiful that they even nest within the barracks. The nest must be removed forthwith before it draws beast dangerous to men as well as birds. Yeah, I can go fight some dodo nests, sure. Like this one. Don't worry about that fall damage. I love how sometimes when enemies spawn in this game, they like take a second before they aggro on you. And it really just means that one of them is always like standing there while I beat the shit out of their buddy. Like, hey dude, they're shooting me with arrows. I need some help. And the other dodo's like, huh? One more pelican. What about you, sir? Enjoy your lurk, my love. Alright. Got your poison. Welcome your return, adventurer. Have you what I asked for? I have what you asked for. Oh, I see you were not stinting at feeling the vials. The last adventurer returned with each barely half full, and had the cheek to demand full payment. I've had a low opinion of adventurers since, but this is like a trend. Not a lot of people like adventurers in this game. There's a lot of like adventurers are taking our jobs, adventurers are doing jobs poorly. And it's kind of wild to think about, especially in like early game. I suppose like story wise, we're still so early that we haven't really gotten into like the meat of the plot of A Realm Reborn. And ostensibly, there's just been adventurers for like the last decade fucking about, and we're like better than all of them because we are protagonists of the story. Each Final Fantasy XIV player is their own protagonist of the story. But it is very funny to think about, like, the other players did you dirty, but here I am, providing excellent service. Or like other NPCs that you have put on this task, in theory. You know of our past with the kobolds, but they are not the foe we fight today. Nay, all our guns are trained on the fishbacks. Oh yes, the Sahagin. Which is honestly, it's kind of a fucked up thing that you call them fishbacks. That's like, I don't like when we create new slurs. It doesn't feel right. Such a wee thing, this vial. But this too is a gun. So susceptible the Sahagin are to pelican poison that even the rawest recruit may, with a poison-tipped arrow, find herself a fisher of beastmen. There's a settlement here once near Halfstone. Then the primal Leviathan rose and the Sahagin invaded. Work of generations was undone in a season and whole families perished. Damn. I never knew the Halfstone settlement, but I believe it to be a home worth fighting for. And so we fight with steel, fire, and even poison to reclaim that which is ours. Is it yours, or was it the Sahagins first? Oh, you've got something else for me? Quite thawed towards you after our wintry start. Wilt Swiss is practically humming as she devises a new task for you to undertake. Camp Skull Valley was built to hold attacks from the sea. To the north and south lie narrow channels with a tide gate each to hold the Sahagin at bay. Will you deliver a bottle of lowland wine to the captains of the north and south tide gate? Call it a small privilege of the quartermaster. Please take the first bottle to Captain... Why? Starrit? Of South Tide Gate. It's the fucking... Who is it? What, Rogadin? The Rogadin are the big, blue, like, sea person race that are all over the place here. And I more than anyone else, I think, I have a problem pronouncing their names. Swiftly done. They do say that where a soldier dallies, an adventurer hurries. Peaceful as it may seem now, this encampment was built to ward against the kobolds of Ogomoro in the north. We do not forget our purpose, you only need to look to our name. The valley floor was once lined with the skulls of kobolds we slew, so that no invader might reach its southern mouth and the settlements beyond without treading on death with every step. Damn, that's hard as hell. Nowadays it seems we're in danger of treading on dodo eggs at every turn, or on the adders that feast on them. The dodos are brought by settlers, now run feral. They keep us in meat, eggs, and headaches. Fair enough. Oh, what do we want? Vitality? No, we want strength and dexterity. Oh, did I already have that one? I should have checked. I think I did. Or I've already got a better one. It's probably more likely. Oh, I didn't get a double. When I was playing earlier, I keep trying to pick options that I don't have because I'm trying to level everything, so I need all of the like class types to be at least somewhat like built out, you know? And I accidentally picked like a double of like a set of earrings that I already had. I was so like mad about it. Because there's no way you can go back on that, you know? Also ignore that, I'm snacking again. My apologies. But it simply cannot wait. I'm gonna run right by these mantises. Fuck them. They don't want nothing to do with me. And I don't want nothing to do with them. Alright. Here, I've got some wine for you. Hail, adventurer, what brings you to South Tide Gate? Wine. A bottle of Lowland from Sergeant Wiltswiss? Now isn't that something, and isn't she something? Crisp yet full-bodied is my guess. Are you talking about Wiltswiss, or are you talking about the wine, sir? You know, I didn't think I had a chance with a woman like that, but looks like she's sweet on me. Oh, please, sir. Always was popular with the fairer sex, if I say so myself. I have a brother, you heard about that? He's captain of the North Tide Gate. Like his peas in the pod, they say, but they never pop those peas out of the pod, if you take my meaning. Jesus. Jesus. I'm gonna go tell your brother you said that. Wiltswiss, got a way about her, she does. Cool as spray, but there's fire in there, and welcome she is to show me the light and scorch off every stitch between the two of us. This game gets wildly horny in ways that I did not remember. Do you think they get wildly horny because, like, they think nobody's gonna read this dialogue, or was it intentional? Well, Swiss, I delivered the bottle. This guy's obsessed with you, though, so I maybe wouldn't give him any more wine. Oh, there you are, the captain. Did the captain receive it well? I'm not reading that name again. The other bottle is for Captain Nortmoen. North Tidegate. I should have mentioned they're brothers in blood as well as arms. They think them closer for it, but the bickering is well nigh constant. I'm sure. Did you know, though? Do you know that guy's obsessed with you? I'm gonna wait till we're in this little town area to take another bite of my burrito. Alright. Hello, sir. I have some wine for you. But first I gotta take a bite of my burrito. Hold, please. Mm-hmm. Halt, adventurer. North Tidegate is no place for idlers. But I've got wine for you. Oh no. Don't do this again. Okay, we're good. Wiltswiss, the quartermaster, that mousy looking girl? Still, she has excellent taste in wine. She must be a mind reader, so I have a supper of ocean cloud waiting that wants nothing more than a glass of lowland vintage. What the fuck is ocean cloud? So she sent you over with a bottle just for me, huh? What? She sent one to that back berth in South Tidegate too? Oh, you know what he's gonna think now that she's... Oh, you know what he's gonna think now that she's his for the taking. That's strutting. Well, he's got another thing coming. Misunderstanding and innocent kindness like that. She's a quartermaster. She doesn't even know this is a... Doesn't he know this is a professional interest? That goatish fool. I won't have him bothering that lovely girl. Jesus. Bickering brothers indeed. Let's see. Is this a Flowers for Algernon reference? Wasn't there trauma in that book? Learned men write that he who is wroth feels not the morning sun. And wow. Nope. That's all the attempts that I'm willing to give on that one. Certainly seems insensible to all but his pressing need for your service. Sure. I told that barnacle the engineers were letting us take the new cannon out for a test. The 12 know when the mood will next strike those plugger muggers. Please don't. Probably over at the crypt again. Morbid, I call it. I like a good wallow now and then, but he broods on dead folk he didn't even know. You go fetch that name. I'll be liable to profane the lich yard by beating him about his thick head with a big stone hourglass. Ah, there I go again, blaspheming the keeper. Not that I much cared for that Ponzi. Probably another bit of abominating. Here, take these flowers. He's at the founder's crypt, give him the pretties for the dead. Gotta clear my slate with the gods. Is that... I was gonna make a joke of, is that how easy that is? But I was raised Christian, so I do know that ostensibly that's easy. That's how easy that is. Rest in the peace of the 12. Here you go. Oh, you bring flowers. Come, no need to be shy. There's plenty of space. Small in life, he who sleeps here is large in death. Sure. I can put I'll put the flowers on the grave. That's fine. But you'd never know now. There was a hamlet here, would you? Half stone Oh, it's for the Halfstone people, built on the sweat of near 10 score brows. And put to the Sahagan's torch, the settlers fought aye and how, without a trained soldier among them. He stayed behind to cover the final retreat, asking for as many arrows as could be spared. He took off his boots and gave them to another, saying it wasn't far where he was going. And here he lies. Time was, I'd be hard-pressed to imagine doing what he did. You don't hold fast to much in a privateer's life. No pirate captain is going down with their ship. And any captain who looks to loyalty more than gold is liable to have his throat slit. But now I gotta be better than that, don't I? I gotta be more like this guy. Sure. If you want to. Gosh. What else can I do for you, dude? How about a bit of Vilekin hunting, huh? Ooh, I can absolutely kill some killer mantises. Sure. Less talking, more action. I don't mind doing all of the reading, but doing all the reading out loud on stream is a lot sometimes. I think I speak more words playing this game on Friday than I do with like most of the rest of my week. It's just very dense, which is nice. I like how rich the story is, you know? But I think it's a bit much for our purposes here, you know? Nasty critters, those killer mantises. Good job hunting. Ah yes, you gotta go test that cannon. You collect your pay from Falkbrida, yes. You can go talk to Falkbrida again. I'm just delaying the inevitable dungeon run, I think. The first dungeon run isn't that bad, especially if you're just a DPS. But they get kind of long. Hey, I did a thing. What brings you here today? Yeah, I've killed some killer mantises. You have the thanks of this camp. Sometimes I fear that we will lose the war against the Sahagan for having to deal with these pests and beasts. I hereby relieve you. I hope you do. Mayhap you can assist one last time on your journey out. I have a dispatch here from Maelstrom Command. Ah, over at Sastasha. So, yeah, that's where we're heading anyway, sort of. Commander Rainer and many others of my command are of the same mind as I. Spread their forces too thin with these tasks. Cat Gusto? Locate him and tell him that his mission is complete, that he's ordered to report back to Skull Valley. Wonderful, we can definitely do that. Gotta hit up the Hall of the Novices first, though. I will probably still try to read, like, story quests, because that's more, like, relevant, but... I'm gonna take another bite of this burrito. Try to do it while auto-running. Delicious. Okie dokie. Hello, seasoned adventurer. You must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jackets sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of the Sistasha Sea Grot. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions. And you shall need the training we here at the Hall of the Novice can provide. Don't worry, bud, I already completed like most of this training. Strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing your mission. Smith here oversees training schedules. Speak with him and you can register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. Thank you, the Smith. Thank you, Mr. the Smith. When you have mastered all that our masters have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Return to the Yellow Jacket Scout in the mouth of the Sistasha Sea Grot, and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. What's kind of hilarious is, like, they don't actually make you do the Smith quests, I don't think. Like, I have already completed all of the Smith quests for DPS and for, support for the healer conjurer class. But I'm pretty sure I've done this before, and I'm pretty sure they don't, like, force you to do the Smith quests. And that's probably in part of why sometimes you get paired with somebody who doesn't know how a dungeon works. Hello, I have the note for you. You are to report back. Yeah, I'm supposed to be here. It's a comely spot for stargazing. Back to Camp Skull Valley and away from the labyrinthine depth of that hellhole, most excellent. Labyrinthine. Beautiful. Alrighty. Hello, Yellow Jacket. I'm ready to go. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. Can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isles of Umbra. I think so. You've been on lookout for pirate activity ever since the vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Sistasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback-fancying serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Oh yeah, that was the thing that happened. Anyway, your task is to poke around the caves and find out exactly who we are dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping a watch out here. Praying you don't spot any blue face tattoos. Yes, that's the serpent reaver mark. Duty support. Regular duty has been added to your duty finder. Yes. The dungeon tutorial. Yeah, I was very intimidated to do this the first time. And I still kind of am. That's why I mostly work with NPCs. But later in the game, you're going to have to work with other people. Yes. The duty finder is like just a menu where you can like queue for doing certain dungeons and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of dungeons. A lot of dungeons. I understand how dungeons work, for the most part. I would like to enter, please, with NPCs. Yeah. I'm so much of a higher level than these people. That higher level than what is, like, even what I'm supposed to be for the main story quest at this point. But it's pretty easy to do, especially when you have like so many experience points bonuses. Oh, come on. Beautiful. But yes, so instance raids, I think I understand. Oh yeah, it's got a time limit. We have to beat this dungeon in 90 minutes. When I first saw that, I was like, dear God, is this gonna take me 90? It does not take 90 minutes. But it's a self-imposed time limit to make sure you don't take 90 minutes. Yes, yes, yes. And I know vaguely what the limit break does. But I rarely bother with it, TBH. I saw somewhere, and I'm gonna have to look into this a little more now that we're actually doing dungeons. I saw somewhere that the limit break gauge is shared among all participants of the dungeon, and I was like, that doesn't seem correct. Because the limit gauge, let me tell you, we already are not even probably going to fill the limit gauge with how short this dungeon is. I can't imagine having it takes so long. I can't imagine it only being able to be used by one person once in a dungeon. That seems very silly. Find bloodstained scrap of parchment with a message scrawled upon it in faded ink. The captain likes his seas blue. That's going to be important later. I'll try to remember it, because I don't think it's going to come up. Another reason why I like doing dungeons with the NPCs is so that I can kind of, like, figure out what's going on in a dungeon, you know? I understand why people like doing dungeons as quickly as possible. You want to get a number of clears so that you can farm for items and such, and I get that, but I don't know, as a nerd for this sort of stuff, sometimes I just like seeing what the dungeon's about. And you can't really do that when you queue with other people, because a lot of the Final Fantasy XIV community is very nice, but that's the sort of shit that's not really tolerable in active multiplayer. You'd probably get kicked out of a raid party if you, like, dilly-dallied too long. So if you wanted to take a look around a dungeon, I'd have to, like, specifically ask somebody, like, probably in my free company, to be like, hey, who wants to run this with me while I lollygag like a fool? And I'm not one to ask for things on a normal basis, much less asking for silly stuff like that. No, I wasted it. You can only get that clam while its mouth is open. There we go. We also don't really have to kill everything. You really just have to kill the stuff that's in your way. But for the most part, everything's gonna be in your way. You know what I mean? Okie dokie. take these all out. Nothing personnel, kid. I am grateful for moments like this where I, like, don't have to be as active in, like, reading all of the dialogue. But boy, do these dungeons get boring. A little bit. Like, if it's not boring, it's stressful to the point of, like, not wanting to do it, I think, is the problem in general. Because it's either going to take you forever to complete because it's too hard, or it's going to take you forever to complete because it's, like, grueling. I don't know. I still like the game. I still like the dungeon mechanics, I think. It's just, I don't have much to talk about other than this big fuck off fish. You guys see that? All those teeth. Oh, there's treasure over here. Beautiful. Oh, I had it. Beautiful. You guys deal with that. Let me take the treasure. Another reason you might want to do a dungeon with NPCs is because if you do a dungeon with NPCs, the NPCs will not take any of the loot. However, I feel like more loot tends to drop when you play with other people. So it's, you know, a win some, lose some kind of situation. Beautiful. Got that clam all by myself. Okay. Here's the boundary line. That means we're gonna have a big fight. Usually a boss or a mini boss. Or in this circumstance, a puzzle first. Likes the seas blue, remember? Bud, I need you to get out of the way of the inconspicuous switch. Chopper. Now that's a curl, baby. I love the curl design. It's so funny, like, playing this game coming from a background that does, of, like, specifically of Dungeons and Dragons. I started this game and pretty much got to this moment. Or maybe the quest just before it, where you have to, like, save the baby curl. And I went, hey, hold on. That's just a displacer beast with one less set of fucking arms. They're so cool looking. I want one. I think you can get one as a mount, but I don't really know how. Like what qualifications I have to meet to acquire curl mount. Can't open this door, huh? I think we're like almost, yeah, we're about halfway through. All the objectives are kind of off here to the right. To sort of give you an idea of how long the dungeon is and what you have to do. It's usually, like these early ones, I think is usually like 2 mini bosses and a final boss. Now we've earned our limit break. And the AI will not use the limit break, unfortunately, so it's kind of up to you to find a good time to do so. Got some good loot. There we go. Onward. There's a bunch of like extra rooms and shit in this area that I never really bother with. But I'm kind of curious if they have like treasure in them. Doesn't look like it. That's the way we came through, right? Or was it this way? It was that way. That also doesn't look like treasure. I'm looking for the treasure coffers always have like a little sparkle and a name above them. So I feel like you can always tell. I think that's... Is that not the way we're supposed to go? No. And I see treasure. This is also, I'm pretty sure, why they give you 90 minutes to do shit like this, because... Key to the hole. Key to my hole. What? Oh, there's something going on in here. Ladies, I've saved you. You're welcome. Ooh, for some mitts too. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Ah, the quarters key. We left all alone. I knew there was going to be some treasure somewhere. Well, Looks like we're going to the captain's quarters. Alrighty. Knock knock. What's up? Oh, I already poisoned him. Kind of wish you could do like stacks of poison, but I understand why you can't. I do believe if there was like another archer on this team, they could also do like a poison effect. Which helps, you know. But like I can't personally do multiple poison effects. There's so many things I bitch about in this game. For how much I like enjoy playing it for the most part. There's so many things that I would do better. And not for, you know, it's one of those things. I firmly believe that if you enjoy a piece of media, be it a video game or a show or a comic or what have you, if you enjoy something, not only are you allowed to critique it, but I would honestly encourage you to critique it. Because nothing is without its flaws, and not every part of everything is probably for you. Like in this game, I hate being a magic user. I pretty much never voluntarily be a magic user at all. And it's because I don't like how the magic system works. Now, does that mean I think that nobody should be a magic user in this game? Absolutely not. I'm friends with several people who love being a magic user in this game. But I'm also friends with people who are mostly magic users in this game, and they agree with me that being a magic user in this game kind of fucking sucks because of how the spellcasting works. But yeah, I mean, I always encourage you to like think critically about things, especially and including things that you enjoy. Because mostly because it is important to analyze a thing so that you know what you like about it, so that you can find more of what you like about it. You know what I mean? But also, sometimes you just gotta come to terms with the flaws of a thing. And I say this as a person who enjoys, God, what's the internet's most hated shit right now? Steven Universe, Homestuck, and Has Been Hotel, Hell of a Boss. None of those series are without flaws. Do I enjoy them anyways? Yeah. Sure. Alright, we're almost to the end here. We're going to the left, so probably just gonna proc that. Beautifully done. I think there's treasure over there. I guess there could be. I don't see anything sparkly though. Beautiful. Alright, one last look. One last look. No, I think we're good. Alright, boss time. Surely nothing could go wrong in this tide-locked area. Sully our spawning grounds. Ooh, there's the Sahagin. Fishman, fishman, fishman. Den the orca-toothed. I do enjoy a lot of the Beastkin character designs, but I think the Sahagan's probably one of the coolest in this game. I'm a sucker for a big fish guy. What can I say? And guess what? It's more Sahagan. Gentlemen, please. You're gonna want to talk to the Marauder over there. Yeah. There you go. Ta-da! Level up! Duty complete! Yippee! Cool. Well done. Thought for sure there was another part of that fight with like a kraken, but maybe not. Ooh, we got an equestrian roll. That's like a jukebox kind of. And it's a Hagen card for triple triad. Works for me. Ta-da! And that's all we need. And now we should be able to... No? Is that new equipment too high of a level? Ah, well that's not for me, unfortunately. What is it? Oh yeah. No, the stuff we have is not worse, certainly. I guess that's fine. I'm a little, like I said, I'm a little high level to be completing that dungeon anyways. That's not a huge deal. Now we gotta go back to the drowning wench, which is fine. Gotta take a boat. Ride on a boat back to the wench. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday, by the way. My Friday's been pretty good. I've been kind of productive this week. Not in like a creative way, but in like a work around the house kind of way. Our garage door has been fucked up, mostly because like our garage door opener was fucked up. So I had to get like new garage door openers and like figure out how to pair them, and it was a whole thing. Got those in yesterday. Got them working today. No, got them in today. Got them working today. Which has been wonderful. Did some laundry, did some dishes. Did the whole, you know, had some fresh sheets on the bed last evening. It was wonderful. Love me a fresh sheets. A nice clean blanket and pillowcase set. Nothing cozier. Nothing cozier than after you've been like working all day and you can finally be horizontal and you jump into those fresh sheets. Oh, nothing cozier. Computer, don't disagree with me. You know I'm right. We're back. Oh, you sent a bunch of adventurers to do this, huh? Aye, such a task was on the books. Was, mind. I'm afraid the ship has already sailed, friend. Oh, you're looking for my job. Might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sestasha? I am. Would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbor. None the worse for voyage. A pity, we dragged our boots too long on this one. You sure did. No matter, the wheel will turn and our chance will come. Truly. You're right, of course. But there shall be no rest until we've attained our goal, lofty though it may be. What's your goal? Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism that'll earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Sure. Noble. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms, and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors, sir. Thanks. Spoken just like a true paladin, huh? Back then, are you? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I wager. Yeah, I fought some Sahagin. Sahooligans. Fishbacks, and I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or 3. 7 hells. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and the skilly bastards just set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Truly. Still sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they're planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sestasha, of course. Any road, all's well that ends well. Truly. We did a pretty good job. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for no more than that. Now, I'll bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking another job. It just so appears I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania. Sure. Like Gridania, seems the forest folk are in need of a adventurer, but can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade. By the way you dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shot when you're ready and I'll lay it out for you. Sure. I'm ready. Actually, I'm ready right after I take another bite of my burrito. Party finder. Interesting. A new ability goes up there. My goodness. Okay. Alright. What do you got for me, dude? Tell me what the forest begs for. Ready to hear about the job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. And that's all I know. But whatever it is you asked to do, I somehow doubt it'll pose a trouble for your venture. For a venture as survived in the bedlam in Sestasha. I need you guys to fucking enunciate. Thank you. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Mione. Mother Mione? I think that's how my brain always says it. Mione? Your counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, mate. Thanks, dude. Ooh, I made it. Made the toss. Alright. In that case, we can head to the airship landing. And pay to head to Gridania. Yes, please. I don't understand why games like this have travel that you have to pay for. I'm assuming, like, back end, it's for, like, it's to make sure people aren't teleporting willy-nilly, because I feel like that would put strain on the system. Like, your personal computer system and also the servers, probably. And on the front end, it does make sense for these people who are, like, running the airship landing to, like, want payment for their services, sure. But I'm the protagonist. You have to understand. I'm the guy who's supposed to save the world. And you can't spare me the 120 gil it takes to charter a flight to fucking Gridania. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come and take your... Oh, it's you, Gavan. 'Tis good to see you again. What's that? Here at Baderon's suggestion, you say. Foul-mouthed rogue sends me word that an adventurer might be along for the job, and it turns out to be you. Well, that makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? I started here, so Mione knows me pretty well. With regard to the task in question, there's a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready for the details, and I shall brief you. Consider me briefed, woman. Ready for briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, Mione, but our need grows even more pressing. Have none stepped forward? Bitch, I'm right here. Good evening to you too, Bow Lord. Your need it must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. We have a volunteer at last. Hello, Bow Lord. Well, if it isn't our very own man for all seasons, you certainly have a knack for appearing when you're most needed, Gavan. My thanks for answering the call. No probs. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tamtara Deepcroft. The place was once a Gelmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interned our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalmud, a doomsday cult, which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would dispatch my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. Since we thwarted their attack on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment's respite. They have probed every ilm of our defenses in search of a weakness, compelling me to spread our forces far more thinly than I would like. Fair, sure, I remember that. Situation so being, we have no choice but to entrust the task of dealing with the Lambs of Dalmud to others. Can we rely on you to handle this matter, Gavan? Of course. I've got your back. After I do a couple of side quests first. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the deep croft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will appraise you of the latest developments. That is all. Thanks. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Before we do that, I've got to go talk to my brothers at the archery guild. Ooh, and whoever this is. Hi. Tio Mui would grant you passage through the White Wolf Gate. Sure. Gavon, is it not? I've been following your exploits with great interest. You've served Gridania well, but I believe your greatest accomplishments are yet to come. It is with such lofty expectations that I would grant you passage beyond our White Wolf Gate. Take this pass and show it to... What the fuck is that name? Frenchimontial? You French bastards. The gatekeeper. Gird yourself well for the battles to come, and I'm sure that news of your deeds will reach me before long. Sure. I can do that. White Wolf Gate is like right over here. And if we unlock it now, I can access it on the Aetherite, so. Oh, I gotta talk to the... Beaten at the Carpenters Guild too. That's for a different quest that I've already started. It's a long story that we might get word of as we talk to him. Only those who possess a gate pass may travel through the White Wolf Gate. It is for your own good the fearsome beasts that lurk beyond would tear an unprepared adventurer limb from limb. Lucky for you, I've got a multi-pass. You have papers? Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. Go in safety. In the future, should you wish to pass, you need only say the word. Beautiful. Now, I think what we want is the Sunstone earrings. Even though they're somehow not better than like anything I have right now. For real? I think you might be insane, but... No, that's definitely better. No, and it puts it back. What the hell? Alright, fine. We'll keep the copper ear cuffs for now. Equipment that is 21 levels below where I'm fucking supposed to be at. What would you like? Roust ball? It is no ordinary venture who's granted passage through the White Wolf Gate. So you live up to your reputation. Travel there and seek out that name. Sure. It'll have to be later, though. Because I'm on a mission from God. Or, I'm on a mission from Mother, I guess. Alright, we gotta talk to this guy first, though. Hello, sir. A message from Jean Delaine, you say? Does that man not understand that wood doesn't simply grow it doesn't simply grow on trees? I guess it does. Resources are in short supply. His tools were truly an extension of his being. You would think you'd find... This is the, Beauty's Only Scalp Deep is for... like a character recustomization service. I don't know what this guy's job is, really. It's not a Fantasia potion. I don't think. But you can like change your hair and stuff. Take this to him and let us both hope he will right his ways. Thank you. He got into some trouble. He got the shit beaten out of him by a woman in Limsa, I think. Alright. Now we go talk to the Archers Guild. Please. I don't know if we're going to do this quest now, because I think it might take us into the South Shroud, which is a little out of our way at the moment, but it's something I need to collect anyways. Hello, Guildmaster. Having a heated discussion with Sylvar. Okay. Alright. What's going on? Thank the gods you've come, Kavan. Perhaps you could talk some sense into this stubborn fool. Probably not. Calm yourself, Sylvar. At least let us position the Order of the Twin Adder for... There is no time, Lucian. Power would be long gone before their forces have even assembled. Oh, I remember. Alone I can move more swiftly, take these poachers by surprise, and force them to divulge her location. We understand how you feel, Sylvar, but this is too reckless. At least permit Gavan and me to accompany you. You, the adventurer, and the savage? You cannot understand. Sylvar, shut the fuck up. But I do understand. I know what it means to take pride in your home, and I want to do more than anything to protect it, and be consumed by guilt when you cannot. I see what you're going through, Sylvar, and I understand. The guild taught me to open my eyes and see clearly. I beg you, Sylvar. Open yours. You have friends who are ready to fight. You have us. I've never considered you my friends. Do not follow me. What a bitch. Sylvar, I think might be the name. Those Lang certainly hasn't improved. If he honestly thinks he's doing us a favor by forbidding us from getting involved, he's an even bigger fool than I imagined. Come, Gavan, to the South Shroud. Sure. We might pick that up after Tamtara. Because Tamtara is sort of in between South Shroud and us. Right here in Gridania. We also have to talk to Catering in Bent Branch, which I can do. I'm not gonna worry about that right now, honestly. And that's also between us and Tamtara. So that's our order of events, I think. We gotta talk to Catering about acquiring a racing chocobo. Which unfortunately is not the same kind of chocobo that I want. That I know this game is going to give me at some point. It's one of the reasons I've started, like, doing the main story quest more. Is because partially, like I said, I got a little burnt out trying to do, trying to grind levels in all of the classes. But also, I know that if I get to a certain point in the main story quest, they'll give me a chocobo. They'll give me a little guy. And I would like a little guy. One of these Fridays, I'll show up with a funky little bird. And then you'll all see. Okay, over here, Catering. Hi, can I have a chocobo, please? Another one for the races, eh? Welcome, welcome. Prepare the registration form. Chocobos are all quality stock. Yes. Do we want a boy chocobo or a girl chocobo? I don't think it really matters. Eeny, meeny, miny, that one. So you think you can ride this chocobo? Sure. In case you've forgotten, I'll reiterate, you have to deliver that form to the race counter at the gold saucer. Yes. We'll do that at some point. Probably not during the stream, because hilariously, it's already been 2 hours somehow. I can lose myself in this game so quickly, and I think it's one of the reasons I enjoy it so much. Even with this file where I'm trying to like slow down and read all the dialogue, it's a very chill experience at the moment. We don't need these dynamites. I haven't fought dynamites in years. Alright, let's see. Oh hey, it's you three again. Alright, sup dude? I'm here to deepen your craft. You're Kavan John Doe, I take it. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt Bowlord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the deep croft and purge it of the Lambs of Downlid. In case you're unfamiliar with them, this cult emerged shortly before the calamity put an end to the 6th astral era. Cultists took the lesser moon Dalmud for their god, believing it would deliver them from devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalmud exploded in 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalmud are convinced that heretics, in air quotes, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Sure. That it makes sense in a cult way. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deep Croft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Is that what is that the, yeah. Okay. It showed up different on my, all of my inventory slots are over here, and that one little red dot was concerning me. It's just the Chocobo registration though. That's marked as a different item. Probably because you can't sell it. Everything else in this inventory you can sell. Let's see. Make sure our gear's good. And we enter the Deep Croft. Ready to go? Night party. That's not menacing at all. We're back with these three. There's like 4 NPCs you can be with, I think. I don't know what the DPS one is. Probably a Lancer, I'd assume. Or the physical DPS, I should say. Because the Thaumaturge is also a DPS. But it's one of those, like, whatever you want to bring to the battle, it'll just swap out one of those play types. So like if I wanted to bring a healer, we'd be playing without the Conjurer. Or if I wanted to be the tank, we'd be playing without the Marauder. But I think it's just kind of the same party of 4 for the most part. How much you want to bet they're gonna make me do this shit in Ul'dah too? I feel like they are, but I can't remember like the dungeon they make you do in Ul'dah. So maybe they don't. Maybe 2 dungeons is enough. I mean, it's never enough. You wanna know how many freaking dungeons are in this game? Like 100 probably. I'm so glad I changed the targeting system on this game. It starts you where you have to like click on everybody. Like the auto target doesn't really work very well. But I switched it so that now pretty much whatever I'm looking at in like a cone of vision can be targetable without me having to like worry about clicking shit in the middle of battle. It's very nice. It makes the flow of combat even smoother, especially for... Honestly, especially if you're a magic user. But for pretty much any class, it's helpful. Any class that's trying to do damage, of course. If you're trying to heal, it makes things a little more complicated. You do still have to click on people that you're trying to heal, unless you, like, auto-scroll to them next. There's other, like, hotkeys that you can use other than a mouse. But it's less easy than just face a direction and hit your attack buttons. I thought there was supposed to be treasure in there. I feel like I'm missing something, but I didn't see a chest. Or like a note or anything. This game's pretty good about everything interactable being like sparkly or having like a name tag attached. Nothing, huh? No boxes or anything? Just set dressing, I suppose. Here's the orb we have to destroy, though. And this guy, if I remember correctly, is going to transform when his health bar ends. Or he, like, summons something. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm in fact remembering incorrectly. Nope, there it is. Cool little, like, demon soldier. And thunder, huh? Ooh, treasure. Nice. Destroy the orb. Beautiful. What could possibly go wrong and all that? Certainly in destroying all of these orbs, we're not gonna, like, summon something terrible, right? That would be devastating. Beautiful. I know this is like a thing that you do later, so like, but I'm gonna bitch about it anyways because I think this is a little silly. Later in the game, you can run what is called, I believe referred to as uncapped dungeons, where, because right now, even though my archer is like level 32 or whatever, if you look on the right side over here, I'm only level 19 in this dungeon. And that's because in like instanced content like these dungeons, it's built for a specific level that you should be. So it limits you to only being able to be like a couple of levels above the or below the approximate level that the dungeon's built for, essentially. Later in the game, you can have what's called uncapped dungeon runs. And that's when you could run this like level 16 dungeon with your level 100 character or whatever. And not be restricted back to level 19. I guess we just can't go this way? That's weird. And I think it's a little silly for you to not just let me be a higher level in this dungeon right now. This game really, like, this game really takes the fun out of being a higher level a lot of the time. And it's because they don't want you to, like, power level a lot. But that seems silly. Like, if I'm a higher level, I don't know why I shouldn't be able to, like, run this dungeon at my big level. Is it because you want me to struggle? Not that this is even a struggle, because I'm playing DPS with NPCs. But like, you want me to struggle? Is that the deal? Is it a sadism thing, or like, I'm sure it's a game balance thing. But similar to my other like complaints about this game, I don't really know what the game gets out of kneecapping me like this. If I've put the time into leveling a character, I should be allowed to play at that level. Pretty much wherever. And it would make a lot of stuff easier, probably. Sure. But like, is that so terrible? I don't know. I'm sure the developers of this game that's been out for over 12 years at this point know better than me. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just posing the question. Thundered goggles. Ooh. Nice. Oh. Tall boys. Came from that way, right? Yes. Okay. Especially as like a conjurer, like a support or a tank class, I feel like they specifically should be allowed to play a dungeon at whatever level they want. 'Cause it's a lot more difficult to be a tank or a support class than it is for me to just be DPS and like shoot my bow at fools. I don't know. I simply do not know. I'm sure if I asked, someone would tell me of a time where, you know, back in the day where it was a Wild West out there and the dungeons didn't have any level caps and People just ran rampant in the streets. But I don't know. Even at level, people are still like running through these dungeons like fucking crazy. So no. Goodness. Okay. We're like halfway through the dungeon. I know it doesn't look like it by the sidebar, but trust me, the main objective here is to destroy those orbs. And we're halfway through destroying the orbs. Ooh, treasure. We gotta pick up all the treasure, even though I'm like probably not gonna use it. I guess I could sell it. Let's put it up in the marketplace, but I'm sure like stuff from these early dungeons does not go for much. Disarm. That's a lance, isn't it? I didn't get a good look at it. Alrighty. The fight. Ah yes, these are our last two orbs. But we have to find a rosary over on the side there. It says something about the rosary. We need a rosary to take down this barrier. Which is another thing that I can bitch about with these dungeons. They don't tell you that you need a rosary to break this barrier. Not that I saw. So they just assume you either can gather from context clues. If I touch it, does it? Impenetrable barrier prevents further progress. Yeah, that's nice and vague. I don't know. I just know how people play video games, and I'm sure there's been more than one respectfully dumbass who like does not understand, like has not read over here or does not understand that they're supposed to move forward in the dungeon a little bit. Oh my gosh, that reminds me. Speaking of people who, like, respectfully have made bad decisions in video games, I was reading a Reddit thread, a Reddit post, like a little while ago. I might have brought this up on stream before, actually. Where somebody was playing through Deltarune, and they were asking, like, who all these characters are, and if they should have played through Undertale first. And it's not, like, prohibitive to like your enjoyment of Deltarune that you should play Undertale first, but like, why wouldn't you have played Undertale first? Did you live under a rock in the like decade preceding Deltarune's release and just like didn't know that it was a thing? Were you purposefully avoiding Undertale? Like, why would you not have played Undertale first? Undertale has such a lower barrier of entry to get into than Deltarune does. Deltarune does all this like weird exposition and shit and all the weird game mechanics ahead of time. And I can't imagine interfacing with that if you hadn't played Undertale first. Anyway, respect is generous. I acknowledge that there is many ways of many different ways to play a video game and many different ways to interact with a piece of media in general. You know that and I know that. But some people baffle me. Alright. Alright. Orbs destroyed. Mission accomplished. Galvanth the Dominator? That's a squid man! Look at this big squid! Oh, I remember this fight becomes kind of a pain in the ass. Because he ends up with little minions that'll make him invincible for a little bit. Like this guy. The inconspicuous imp. Beautiful. I do need to remember that I have that AoE a little more often. Fucker. Nice. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed with how I handled that. Alright. Mission accomplished. Ba-ba-ba. Good night, Squid Prince. Yeah. He's so delayed on that. Alright, what's in the last treasure? A plundered cane! That's for, Cane is definitely Conjurer. The Gisarm is, yeah. A lance. And we do have a plundered short bow. And plundered knuckles. But the plundered short bow isn't better than my current short bow? What level's my current short bow? Oh, level 24. Yeah, that'll do it. Approximately. Because that gets dumbed down for the synchronized instanced dungeon too. Say lovey. Where are we at? Oh, we gotta report back to Mion. Fine by me. before we do that, we're probably got 30 minutes. We can at least see what Mion wants. And if I have to do the archery quest off stream, then I have to do the archery quest off stream. 'Tis no big deal to me. I'm sure you guys are just foaming at the mouth to know what that poacher business is about, but if you're that foaming at the mouth about it, I guess you have to play the game and become an archer yourself. When I initially wanted to play this game and have a file that was just like a streaming file to like play through all of the story and all of the side quests to like completely log everything, I knew when I came up with that idea that it was like crazy out of my league, but in trying to execute it, I think was my real test. Cause boy is this, it's a big game. It's a big game, and I think I would be doing it truly a disservice if I just like played it once a week for you guys, you know? If I just played the one file, because I would also be playing like on my free time, obviously, because this game is a subscription service, and 3 hours a week over 4-ish weeks a month is not worth $13 to $15 of subscription service. Well, let's be honest. So I think it would just get like even more bogged down by my like inner ADHD adjacent gremlin being like, you've done this already, I don't want to read through this again, I don't want to. So I think this is definitely like the lesser of two evils, is to just log in and hang out with everybody on Fridays on my main. It's less to maintain, you know? Welcome back, Gavan. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. You've made such a habit of succeeding that it is difficult not to take your talents for granted. Rest assured, however, Mother is impressed, even if she isn't surprised. Thanks, Mother? Lord Lewin asked me to send on his thanks. Must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Oh, you. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. Fair. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Uh-oh. Oh god, I remember this. Avery's gone, it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, we would still be alive. But I tried, he bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. To hell's with this pathetic excuse for our party. I'm leaving. And it'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cool as though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Real healer struggles. Oh, and by the way, there's some parting advice. Get rid of Avery's head. Boy, you have his head? Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it. But for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just... get rid of it, alright? That's fucked up. Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm sorry, Avery. Please forgive me. Are you planning on doing some necromancy to that head? Scenes like this have become all too common. It makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventurers of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. Sure. I knew we were going to Ul'dah next. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word, and I will be glad to share the details with you. I knew we were going to Ul'dah next. Yes, please, complete. Quest complete. Yippee! Alrighty. Mother, what do you have for me? So you're not adverse to taking a little trip. Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Ul'dah. Once you arrive, seek out Momodi, the proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her as the Sultanate's version of myself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence you'll pull through unscathed. Now off you go, Gavan, and good luck. Sweet. Thank you, Mother. I should run through all of my other, like, classes and see if anything that I got works for them, but honestly, I'll worry about that later. I do think we're gonna go to the South Shroud and do that quest, because I think level 30 is sort of starting to get to, not the cap, obviously. It's a 100 level cap. We're not near that, but there's a breaking point for these introductory classes where they transform into a different class. So like Archer is going to become Bard. Thaumaturge becomes Black Mage. Conjurer becomes White Mage. Lancer becomes Dragoon. And I think it starts at level 30 or happens at level 30. I feel like when I played this game before, it was closer to 50. But that also doesn't feel quite right. Because I was a Dragoon for a long time before I left the game last time. And I left the game at like Dragoon level 55, I think. Or like in the 50s, you know? So that doesn't seem to be correct. I am perhaps mistaken, but if it is level 30, I'm close to 30 on some of these. Obviously, Archer we're at 30, but my other starting two, Conjurer and Lancer, are pretty close there too. And you can see why I might be tired of just like flat leveling things with 10 fucking classes to deal with. 9 regular classes and then 3 gathering classes is what I'm working with right now. So it's 12 technically. It doesn't make it less of a pain in the ass. Alrighty. On our right here should be the South Shroud. And you can like teleport to the, I could have teleported to the South Shroud or like bought a chocobo or whatever, but I've only got so much gil. I don't really want to pay for extra nonsense if I don't have to. Sometimes you like a little stroll. I'm gonna have another little sip though. A little sippy sip of my Baja Blast. I finally got to try that new flavor. It came out with a Baja Midnight. And it's fine. It's supposed to be passion fruit flavored, and I'll be honest, I was talking with Ace about this earlier. Like, I don't think I've had anything other than like artificial passion fruit. So I don't really know what passion fruit's supposed to taste like, so I can't say whether or not it actually tastes like passion fruit. But it tastes fine. I couldn't say I like it better than the regular Baja. I couldn't say it was worse. You know, it's just It's just another Mountain Dew flavor. Oh, that was a cat. It's a cat riding a cat. Crazy times we live in. All the way over here, huh? Okay. Pick it up a little bit. Gentlemen. A fun thing about the instance stuff that you have to be a certain level for, though, is if you walk through one of those fates and you're too high of a level to participate in it, and you have to, like, bring your level down, you have to push the button, the level sync button, to bring your level down. Otherwise, nothing can attack you. Which is just another reason to, like, be a little over level. Is just, like, having some peace of mind when wandering through the fucking wilderness. That things won't attack you about it. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Hey, Sylvar, did you get shot the fuck down? I'm assuming you did. Headstrong bastard. I was gonna take another bite, but I think I have some reading to do. Oh, this is unfortunate. Loser. Sylvar! Lee? Govan? I told you not to follow me. I neither need nor want. Don't take me for a fool. You cannot conceal the truth from this archer's eye. Govan, the others are almost upon us. We must make our stand here and protect Sylvar. Yes, ma'am. This is gonna be more my level of challenge. Unlike the, dungeons we were doing. Gotta take out that healer. Quit casting rock on me. Unlike the dungeons that we were doing, the class quests, the job quests, do also tend to be like instance, like level locked, but another healer. They're gonna be closer to the level that you are working with, because you get one every 5 levels. So the only real lock is, like, just making sure you're not a high enough level to surpass it. So, like, this is a level 30 class quest, and you have to be level 30 to 34 to do it, because your next class quest would be at 35. It makes sense in my brain, at least. I told you, I do not need or want your assistance. Quite why you have deluded yourselves into thinking. You're the one who's deluded, thinking you could deceive us when even a blind man could see that you cover your mouth every time you tell a lie. Damn. Caught him. Observe with intent, overlooking not the smallest detail, discern your subject's unique characteristics, and recognize patterns in their behavior. I learned these things from Lucian, and from you. And I'll be damned if I'm going to watch you get yourself killed. There's still so much I don't know about Gridania and Wildwood archery. So much that I need you to teach me. I suppose fixing your form is the least I can do. Why, you? Pawa's gang is already on the move. We have but one chance to catch them. Poachers throughout the Trolls would use bone whistles like this one to communicate. With it, I believe we can lure Pawa out of hiding, assuming she has not moved on. Okay. So that's why you came to Taker's Rod, for this gang's whistle? Gavon, if you're determined to help me, I have a task for you. Sure. Paul was last seen near Isomhar. It's east of the camp, through a hollow tree trunk. The clear where two streams meet, and F's want to congregate. We'll lay our trap there, and you will be the bait. I mean, do not fear, Gavon. I swear as my honor as a Gridanian archer that no harm will come to you. I mean, look at him. The pretty boy makes great bait. He's a master at it, you might say. Alright, onwards. I think I know the river he's talking about. This, yeah, this little area over here. We're gonna have to go... yeah, just in and to the left. Doable. Gentlemen! I'm back. How's it going? Well, I hope. I mean, they're bad guys. I shouldn't really hope that their things are going well, but... It's fine. Nobody has to know. Alright. Meow. Okie dokie. Here, huh? Oh yeah, look at these efts. I love these big, stupid salamanders. Look at him. Oh, why you got so many toes, homie? That's kind of gross. Like his big, stupid face. They're so large. Let's go. Hello. Oh, hi. There she is. Bollocks, I knew I should have trusted me gut. That's Pawa. She's also Lee's sister, reportedly. Ooh. Ooh. That's the drama that's happening. Some blokes just can't take a hint. I do hope you'll forgive my forwardness, madame. No, no, sir. 'Tis most flattering. Wouldn't you agree, sisters? Why don't we show our gallant Wildwood admirer and his mates just how much we appreciate their attentions? I hope you like it rough, darling. I mean... ah, everyone's got the right idea with the AoE attack, huh? Look at all that. Oh my god, there's so many of them. I feel like in these instance scenarios, I'm always tempted to go for like the big target that has a lot of hit points. But honestly, you can't. I've made that mistake so many times in the past. And it is super not something that they even want you to be going for. Most of the time. They want you to eliminate all of the little guys first. and then go for the big guy. Is that a fucking healer I see over there? Because it is truly a war of attrition. And if you got too many people on the enemy's side, even if they're like a drastically lower level than you, they can still do crazy amounts of damage. Oiled arrows. That sounds annoying. Oh, this is what I was talking about. All the archers stacking the poison. Hell yeah. That's what you meant by oiled arrows, huh? Hell yeah. Got her. Duty complete. And with only a little bit of burns on my feet. Oh, there she goes. Hello? Ah, I see. You're not being very sneaky stalking around in that water. Ooh, am I bait again? Looks like it. I thought you only had eyes for me. Oh, got her! Right in the back. Yikes. I can't. I won't. Oh, rip. Rip and pepperonis. We gotta go back to the guild. Rip. Poor thing. She was just trying to protect her land. The only way she knew how. By, poaching, I guess. Oh gosh, okay. Got a ways to go. We better hoof it now. I should probably... Actually, no, I haven't. I haven't gotten to that Aetheryte yet. I know the Bard quests are down here in the South Shroud anyways, so I'm assuming we'll make it down there at some point. With some higher level monsters down there anyways, so... I don't know if it's necessarily my place to be there at the moment. Damn, the drama. The drama. This is going to be almost it for me. That 3 hours went flying by. This is also one of the reasons that I really wanted to do Final Fantasy Fridays. Because like I said, I can just get lost in this game, you know? It's a good, well, I don't want to say good time waster. Because that implies that I'm not enjoying my time. But it'll definitely, you know, it'll eat hours of your life. That's one of the things you have to know just about MMOs in general. It is a devotion you have to have to the game, to some regards. I'm not saying, and the games might say this, but I'm going to tell you this as somebody who has trouble managing my time and also, like, spends a lot of time playing these games, you do not have to be a person who logs 12 hours on an MMO every day of the week to enjoy an MMO. There's some stuff in the game that's gonna like refresh daily. There's some stuff that refreshes weekly. There's stuff on timers and all sorts of, you know, different ways to do it. But you are under no obligation to clock in to a video game like it's a job. Especially if you don't want to and you're not having fun with it. I'm the kind of person who has a lot of trouble like stopping games like this once I've started, because the sunk cost fallacy sinks in, you know? And you're like, well, I've already spent so many hours, and especially on games like this that have a subscription, or even games that do like a monthly battle pass. Like I've spent so many hours, I've spent so much money on this game, I'm obligated to keep it going, and you're not. Especially not if you're not having fun with it. I was really... I go through bouts of struggling with things. So when I was being like burnt out about leveling stuff, I sort of went like scrolling the Reddit to see if anybody else was having my same issue. And everybody else's responses were pretty much the same. Like, brother, if you're not having fun with what you're doing, you do not have to be doing that. Nobody's telling you to do all of these things. Nobody's telling you to log in and clock in 12 hours a day like it's a job. To pick whatever times you want, do whatever things you want. The game's got so much content to it, but you are under no obligation to interact with pretty much any of it. The minimum you need is a like combat job to get you through pretty much whatever you want to do. And then everything else is extra. And if you're not having fun with that combat job, you can try a new one. And if you're not liking the new one, just try something else. There's a lot of people, it's a achievement hunting phenomenon that has been popularized in the modern era, where a lot of people want to do everything in a game or in general. I like to have all of the little boxes checked, and I respect that. But you, first of all, cannot do that with every game, and you should not do that with a game this fucking big. Unless you are really enjoying what you're doing. I'm relieved to see you again, Gavan. Had the three of you not been united in your purpose, Pawa would still be free, and one or more of you would surely be dead. Probably. I'm so proud of you, Gavan. Not only have you mastered our teachings, but you've also helped your guildmates regain the perspective that they had lost. For showing such compassion to your peers, I wish to teach you a new technique, Wind Bite. Fun. With Wind Bite, you can bring the power of the very air around you to bear against your opponents, and they will suffer on long after you have knocked the next arrow. It will serve you well in battle, I am certain. Is it like a poison effect but with air? All archers walk the same path, Gavan, towards improvement and discovery. As long as you have the vision to see the path ahead, you will continue to mature and excel. Yet we all grow weary and lose direction in time. When this befalls you, I have no doubt that you will find your way back to us. Trust in your eyes, Gavan. They will never lead you astray. His so pretty eyes. He's got such pretty eyes. Oh my goodness. Okay. 13, 13, 18, 18. Oh, all of these are like better. Do we want pant? I like the arm guards that give me critical hit. That sounds like fun. Sure. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Yippee! Wind Bite acquired. Yes, wind damage over time. Very nice. That means you two go out here. Because we need to venom and wind damage over time. Rarely. And then this is the regular rotation over here. for the most part. You got nothing else for me, huh? Look at that, though. Look at those tough fucking arm guards. Damn, Gavon. I got spikes and everything. Alright. Ooh, actually, she might not have it. I might have to go talk to the guy who I know has the bard stuff. Because that's like a different person. You start with the one guild, and then when you evolve. Would that be available on my map? I guess not. Because I know he's like down here. So we'll have to look for that some other time. I think that's going to be about it for me, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's been fun. It's been fun this week. We didn't make it every day this week, but the days that we did make, I had fun with. Next week, 5 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, always, is pretty much when I'm going to be here. I think we're going to start a new spooky long play for the spooky season. Been really wanting to play Look Outside. I'm probably going to be very bad at it, but I think it's such a cool looking little game, and that's probably what we're going to start on like Monday or Tuesday. Obviously, Work in Progress Wednesday is going to be happening, a Final Fantasy Friday is going to be happening, and somewhere in there we're going to be playing more roguelikes probably, like Ring of Pain, maybe even some Binding of Isaac. I've been playing modded Binding of Isaac recently, and it's been pretty fun. I've made it a little too easy for myself, I think, so maybe we'll play like normal Binding of Isaac? We'll see. You'll have to come back. You'll have to come back and visit and see what we have cooking for next week and beyond, you know? But until then, friends, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all next time.